Production and broadcast of the Channel 2 Scholars Bowl is made possible by the supporting members of Channel 2 family of viewers and the Tennessee Department of Education.
Everybody, welcome to the Channel 2 Scholars Bowl, the presentation of the Scholars Bowl, the high school battle of the brains, a varsity sport of the mind. This is a game of academic challenge and competition featuring students from 57 high schools of the Channel 2 viewing and coverage area. This way we salute and recognize the scholastic and academic achievement of these students, teachers, and administrators, and the parents, of course, too, who make up and support the teams who take part in this competition. Hi, everybody. I'm Hop Edwards. We're going to tell you about the prizes these teams are competing for at halftime. But first, let's introduce our players from Cocke County High School in Newport, the 12th grade. He's a senior. Student Council Vice President of the French Club, Key Club, Math Club, and Beta Club is Sammer Macmillan. Here is Penny Smith, who is a junior, member of the Literary Group and the Beta Club. Here also is Richie Ball, who is a senior, president of the Cocke County High School Key Club, member of the Math Club, member of the Beta Club, member of the Chess Club. Todd Gable is a senior. He's a member of the Key Club, French Club, Math Club, and the Pep Club. He's nominated to Who's Who among American high school students for 2 consecutive years. Now, the alternates are for the Fighting Cocks of Cocke County, Brian Harris, who is a senior, member of the Math Club. In fact, he's the president, member of the Beta Club, and a member of the Pep Club, also a member of the Chess Club. Penny Freshour is a junior. Penny attended Governor's School for the Sciences and Duke University's Talent Identification Program, and president of the Key Club, a member of Mu Alpha Theta, the tennis club, tennis team. John Grooms is in 9th grade. He's a member of the class, he's a class treasurer, football team, chess club, and he'd like to go in the armed forces, he says. Okay. Justin Bryant is a junior. Justin is interested in biology and math. He's a member of the Beta Club, attended Governor's School for the Sciences, Math Club, and Chess Club, and member of the Literary Group. And we want to introduce you to some other people who have come with us. First of all, here's a coach, Joan Britt, who teaches American history and world history. Also coming along today are Jesse Denton, who is a gifted programs coordinator and director of Cocke County, and Rita Clevenger, health educator for the school system in Cocke County High School. The Fighting Cocks, welcome to this game and this round of the Scholars Bowl from Cocke County. Now from Harriman, Tennessee, the Blue Devils, they call themselves. School scholars are blue and white. Here's Darrell Wright. Darrell is a drum major for the Rhapsody in Blue Marching Band, vice president of the Beta Club, president of the Drama Club, and varsity tennis. Chad McDonald. Chad is a member of the Harriman Rhapsody in Blue Band, the golf team, and the tennis team. Sean Gilliland is a senior. Sean is a member of the Rhapsody in Blue Band, plays trumpet, in fact, tennis team, and the Rome Horizon Youth Leadership Program. He's interested in nuclear engineering. Keith Kirkpatrick is a senior. He's mechanical engineering he'd like to major in college. He's a math major and the varsity tennis team, Rhapsody in Blue Band, captain, and a National Honor Society. David Spakes is a senior. David is a member of the National Honor Society, the Beta Club International Thespian Society, and led in the past 2 years in dramatic competition. Brandon Powers. Brandon is in the 9th grade. He's a member of the Student Council, plays saxophone in the Harriman High School Band. Jennifer Bailey is a junior, majors in math and minors in science. He's a member of the Beta Club and the tennis team as well. And Brent Howard is a senior. He's a member of the band, the Young Republican Club, and plays golf and wants to go to Tennessee Tech. And the coach of the team is Steve Todd, who is a math instructor. Mildred Wade is here also. Mildred is a federal programs project coordinator. And also there, seated along with the group, is Bill Powers, Superintendent of Instruction, and Jan Ripka, who's a coordinator of gifted and talented students at Harriman High. So in Harriman, in that area. So welcome, guys, to this round of the Scholars Bowl for Channel 2. Now, the judges are, for this round, Dr. Victor Hobday, retired from the University of Tennessee. Elizabeth Martinson is a retired school teacher. Scorekeeper for this round is Tina Russell. Remember, competitors, do not answer me till I call you by name and by school. We have two kinds of questions. Toss-up worth 10 points. If you get that, you get a bonus worth 20. Here we go. First toss-up question. The relationship between two different kinds of organisms living in close association is called, okay, Chad.
Symbiosis.
You're right, but that's not what I wanted. Here's Cocke County. I'll read the rest of it for you. The relationship between two different kinds of organisms living in close association is called symbiosis. What is a relationship called when both partners of symbiosis benefit? All right, Richie.
Mutualism?
Yes, it is mutualism. Cocke County struck first. Here's a bonus for you, Cocke County. It costs 20 cents per mile to operate the average car. If you drive your car 1,355.9 miles in the next year, how much should it cost to operate it? All right, Richie, I need an answer from you or somebody you designate.
270.180.
The answer is, well, the judges are, what? Give me that answer again.
270.180.
No, that's not it. It's 271.18 is the correct answer. Is a toss-up now for both teams. Not counting antenna or other such structures, how high is the Empire State Building in New York City? All right, Richie, Cocke County.
2,547 feet.
No, Harriman. No answer. 1,250 feet is a toss-up. What is the second largest planet in the solar system? Chad, Harriman.
Saturn.
Yes, you're right. Here's your bonus. In the world of athletics, many organizations are referred to simply by their initials. For 20 points, what does AAU stand for? All right, need an answer, Sean.
No guess.
No guess. Amateur Athletic Union. Nothing on that one. Here's another toss-up for both teams. The substance of the universe, the earth and living organisms, is called matter. Under different conditions of temperature and pressure, any particular kind of matter may be in one of three physical states. All right, John Harriman.
Plasma and liquid.
No, we'll read it again for Cocke County. In the substance of the universe, the earth and living organisms are called matter, what they're made of. Under different conditions, temperature and pressure, any particular kind of matter may be in one of three physical states. What are these three states of matter? Todd, all or nothing at all. Give me three.
Liquid, solid, and gas.
Yes, liquid, solid, and gas. You're right, Todd of Cocke County. Here's your bonus now. For 10 points each, what are the only two landlocked nations in South America? Time's up. Need an answer, Richie.
Venezuela and Argentina.
No, it's Bolivia and Paraguay. Bolivia and Paraguay. All right, here's another toss-up. What state's capital is Jackson? Todd, Cocke County.
Mississippi.
You're right. Here's your bonus. In this famous play by George Bernard Shaw, the voices of St. Catherine, St. Margaret, and St. Michael give the main character very specific instructions. Name the play for 20 points. What is it? Okay, Richie.
No answer.
No answer. St. Joan. St. Joan is the play. All right, here's another toss-up for both teams. The scientific study of fishes is named for a Greek word meaning fish. For 10 points, Richie, Cocke County.
Ichthyology.
You're right, ichthyology. Here's your bonus now. According to the 11th chapter of the book of Acts, in which city was the first Gentile church established? Okay, Richie, need an answer from you or someone you designate?
Antioch.
Yes, it was. Antioch, 20 points. Here's another toss-up. The bow tree, or boo tree, I guess it's bow tree, or the tree of wisdom is associated with the enlightenment of which great... All right, Todd, Cocke County.
Buddha.
Yes, you're right, Buddha. You're exactly right. Here's your bonus now. Harry Truman's administration was determined to keep the spread of communism to a minimum. For 10 points each, the Truman Doctrine was designed to keep communism out of what two countries? Okay, Richie.
Germany and Spain.
No, it was Greece and Turkey. Nothing on that one. Another toss-up. Both teams. Hope you at home are playing along with us, too. Her Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, Beloved, is a powerful exploration of the evil effects of slavery. For 10 points, what is her name? All right, Chad Harriman.
Harriet Tubman.
No. Cocke County. You want a shot at it? Toni Morrison, the name? All right, here's another. What does the prefix mega mean? Chad Harriman.
1 million.
Yes, you're right. Here's your bonus now for 20 points. You got 10 for answering that one correctly. The Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 22, the Washington Redskins defeated the Denver Broncos for 10 points each. Name the starting quarterbacks for the Redskins and the Broncos in that game.
Doug Williams and John Elway.
You're exactly right. The Redskins, Doug Williams, and John Elway for the Broncos. That's 20 points. Here's a toss-up. What song is a key to the climax of Hitchcock's movie The Man Who Knew Too Much, sung by Doris Day in the film? All right, nothing on that one. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Toss-up time again. Who appointed Chief Justice Warren Burger? All right, Sean Harriman.
Congress.
No. Cocke County. Richie.
Carter.
No, it was Richard Nixon. Here's another toss-up. What is April's birthstone? Chad Harriman.
Diamond.
Yes, you're right. Women, April, they want diamonds. Okay, here we go. Here's your bonus. I'm going to give a brief definition of 2 geological terms for 10 points each. Give me the correct terms. It may help you to know that either correct answer has 5 letters and that neither answer contains a letter S. A brick made of straw and mud that is dried in the sun is known as what?
Adobe.
Okay, Sean.
Adobe.
Yes, it is. All right. A bank of earth that is intended to prevent an area from being flooded is called what? Okay, no answer, Sean?
Dikes.
I'm sorry?
Dikes.
No, it's a levee. You're on the right path. It's a levee. 10 points out of a possible 20. What is the name of the line parallel to and 10 feet from the net on each side of the volleyball court? It has a name. What is it, Chad?
Service line.
I'm sorry?
The service line.
No. Cocke County. Okay, Richie.
Sideline.
No, it's the attacking line. Another toss-up, both teams. This actor first played James Bond on film for 10 points. What's his name? Richie, Cocke County.
Nivens.
No, Harriman. Sean.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, you're right. Here's the bonus now for 5 points each. What are the 4 H's in the 4-H club? Give me the words they stand for. All right, need an answer from you, Sean.
Designate Chad.
Chad?
Heart, hands, head, and health.
Yes, you're exactly right. Heart, hands, head, and health. You're right. The 4 H's of the 4-H club. Here now is another toss-up for both teams. Which U.S. president asked the nation to bind up its wounds with malice towards none, with charity for all? Who said that? Sean Harriman?
Abraham Lincoln.
You're exactly right. Abe Lincoln did say that. Okay, here's another. This popular rock star, bonus question, had an unusual role in the film Brimstone and Treacle. For 20 points, what was his name? No answer?
Designate Chad.
Designate Chad. Chad, back to you again.
Bruce Springsteen.
No, it was simply Sting.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Well, here we are at halftime, folks. Halftime between this game and the Scholars Bowl between Harriman and Cocke County. Score is Harriman 100 and Cocke County 70. We're going to take a brief time out here while Dave Stiles tells you about the prizes these teams are competing for, and we'll be right back with our second half.
The Scholars Bowl would like to take this opportunity to thank these companies and their employees that have contributed prizes for the 1989 Scholars Bowl in recognition of the excellent academic achievements of our area high school students. If you have any questions, comments, or would like information on how to enter your school in next year's Scholars Bowl, please write to this address.
Yeah, we hope you'll do that and get your team involved next year in our Scholars Bowl. We have a lot of fun. We have 2 alternates joining both teams in this round between Cocke County and Harriman over on the right-hand side here. My right, your left is Justin Bryant, who's a junior. for the Fighting Cocks of Cocke County High School, and Penny Freshour, who's a junior, also is joining the team. Up on the top row for the Harriman High team, senior Brent Howard is joining them over there. And over on the other end is David Spakes, who's a senior also. So welcome, guys, to this round of the Scholars Bowl from Channel 2. Good luck to you both. Got a good game going. 100-70, Harriman and Cocke County. Here's the first toss-up of the second half. Who was the famous 19th century husband of young Virginia Clem? Todd, Cocke County.
General Thompson.
No. Harriman? Okay, time's up. Edgar Allan Poe. Another toss-up now. In many churches which practice infant baptism, this adult agrees to oversee the child's religious training. Okay, Richie, Cocke County.
A godfather?
Yes, we'll accept godfather, godmother, godfather, godparent, whatever. Religious training, especially if his or her parents should expire or die, and we call that person the godfather, godmother. All right, godparents. Okay, here's a bonus for you. What pseudonym did English actor Hector Hugh Munro use as the author of his macabre stories? Okay, Richie.
Hugo.
No, Saki, S-A-K-I. Another toss-up now, both teams. Which continent stretches further south? Africa or South America? Chad, Harriman.
South America.
You're exactly right, South America. Here's your bonus, Harriman. Which amendments to the Constitution granted the right to vote to blacks and to 18-year-olds? 2 amendments. Which one? All right.
17th.
For which?
That was for the women. And
Okay. No, okay, time's up. The 15th was for the blacks, and the 26th was voting for the 18-year-olds. Okay, nothing on that one. No score on the 20-pointer. For 10 points, both teams, what term is used to describe a triangle that has no 2 sides of equal length? Chad, Harriman.
Scalene triangle.
Scalene triangle. You're right. Here's a bonus for you. Mary Stewart wrote a trilogy about Merlin and King Arthur. For 10 points, name any 2 of the 3 books in that trilogy.
that's
All right.
next, Chad.
Chad, you got it.
King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table, and I don't know.
Well, I don't know wasn't one of them.
No, I don't know that.
Okay. It was the Crystal Cave, the Hollow Hills, and the Last Enchantment. No score on that one. Here's another toss-up for you. Given 2. Here's a bonus for you now, Harriman. Consider a rectangle parallelopiped which has edges of 1, 3, and 5 units. For 10 points each, find the volume of the parallelopipe and the total length of all 12 edges of the parallelopipe. I see one pencil going up there, and I see a shaking head.
Just next.
Okay, we have nothing on that one. All right, the answer is 15 cubic units and 36 cubic units. All right, now here's another toss-up time for both teams. The blood of vertebrate animals contains red blood cells colored red by a pigment that also serves. All right, Richie, Cocke County.
Hemoglobin.
Yes, you're right. It serves for transport of oxygen. You're right. Here's a bonus now. The ship of this English explorer ran aground on Australia's Great Barrier Reef in 1770. What was his name?
Go with it.
Okay, Richie.
Cook.
Yes, Captain James Cook. You're exactly right. 20 points. Here's another toss-up. What president was the last surviving signer of the Constitution? Both teams. Richie, Cocke County.
Jefferson.
No, Harriman. Chad.
John Adams.
No, it was James Madison. Here's a toss-up now again. The noun advice means counsel. For 10 points, how do we spell the verb form that means to give counsel? Chad, Harriman.
A-D-V-I-S-E.
No, Cocke County. Richie.
A-D-V-I-C-E.
You're right. That's a toss-up for 10 points. Here's your bonus now. Conjunctivitis is a disease of the eye. What is this disease commonly called? Okay, we need an answer.
Pink eye.
You're exactly right. It's pink eye. Here's another toss-up coming for both teams. Which of the three Bronte sisters wrote Wuthering Heights? Justin, Cocke County.
Emily.
Emily, you're exactly right. Here's a bonus for you now. Loyola was a Spanish nobleman who helped form a group of missionaries. What was the name of this group? All right, time's up. Need an answer.
Conquistadors.
No, the Society of Jesus or the Jesuits was the answer. Here's another toss-up. Reproduction of eggs without fertilization occurs in aphids, trips, galled wasp, and sawflies. For 10 points, what type of reproduction is this? All right, Chad, Harriman.
Asexual.
No. Cocke County. Richie.
External fertilization.
No, it's pathogenesis. Okay, here's another toss-up now. A flaglet called a trypanosoma lives in the bodies, okay, just in Cocke County.
Tsetse fly.
Yes, that's one of them, but that's not what we were getting to. It lives in the bodies of tsetse flies. These flies bite humans. They transmit the flaglet, and consequently, the person gets a disease. What is this disease called? Harriman. Okay, Sean.
Malaria.
No, it's African sleeping sickness. Another toss-up. Edwin Arlington Robinson's poem, Luke Havergal, the main character is advised to go to what kind of gate? They tell him to go to a gate. What kind of gate do they tell him to go to in that poem? All right, Richie, Western.
The South Gate.
No, Harriman.
The East Gate.
No, it's a Western gate.
He gave the answer.
Boy, you let me off the hook there. I'll tell you. Thank you. All right, here we go. Another toss-up. The word Bible actually comes from a word in another language, which means book. For 10 points, what is that language? Sean, Harriman.
Hebrew.
I'm sorry?
Hebrew.
No. Cocke County, Richie.
Greek.
Yes, it is. It is Greek. You're right, Richie. Here's a bonus for you now. For 20 points, fill in the blank of this quatrain, and you'll find the musical form from which it comes. Ready? Here we go. Don't let it be forgot that once there was a spot for one brief shining moment that was known as blank. All right, time's up. Need an answer, Richie.
Dot.
No, it was known as Camelot. Once this shining moment, there was a spot that was known as Camelot. Richard Burton. Okay, another toss-up now. Which element has an atomic number of 1? Okay, Justin, Cocke County.
Hydrogen.
Yes, you're right. Here's your bonus. The National Gallery of Art is located in Washington. For 10 points each, in what cities are the following museums located? The Guggenheim Museum is located where? All right, let's have an answer.
Bonn.
No, it's New York. The Tate Museum, Tate Gallery is located where? All right, time's up.
London.
Yes, you're right. It is London. That's 10 points out of 20. For 10 points, both teams, what term can be defined as a polygon with 5 sides? Okay, Justin, Cocke County.
Pentagon.
A pentagon. You're exactly right. Here's your bonus. This religious group was at one time or another known as the Russellites, the Millennium Dawnists, and the International Bible Students. For 20 points, by what name are they commonly known today? Okay, need an answer, Richie.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes, you're right. Jehovah's Witnesses. That's 20 points. Here's a toss-up. In the Canterbury Tales, which character tells a story about a rooster named Chanticleer? Okay, Todd, Cocke County.
Plowman.
I'm sorry?
The plowman.
Nope, Harriman. Okay. No, it's the nun's priest. Well, time is up in this game. A real exciting, fast-moving game between these two fine schools. Harriman, 130. Cocke County, 210 is the score we have on the board right at this moment. So, the final score and the winners, we congratulate you. Todd, Richie, Penny, and Justin, David, Sean, Chad, and Brett for coming over and playing Scholars Bowl with us, especially all the alternates, the school teachers, and all the people that back these fine teams. Tomorrow, we'll have another exciting game on the Scholars Bowl. Remember, the future of our nation is in the hands of our students. And here they are. So back your educators, your students, and your schools. Take an interest and active part in the schools in your area. I'm Hop Edwards, and we'll see you next time.